Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bayou Time Sports. I'm Stan Gravois, and it is my pleasure to have here with me the head coach of Nicholls State Colonels Baseball, Brent Herring. Along with him, Mr. Big, Bobby Arsenault, obviously with Terrebonne Parish Recreation, doing something really special this Thursday night where these guys, when I say these guys, Coach Herring and his baseball team going to be in town, and they're going to play over at Southland Field. Good to have you here. How's the fall been going? I have to ask to start it off because you have some really good events that have been happening.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me. The fall's been great. We love our group. It's a lot of new guys. We had 26 new players. And so we're kind of getting a feel for them, and they're getting a feel for us. And so it's been a lot of fun to get out in the community and do some different things and have everybody meet them. And so it's going great so far.
Speaking of community, you had 3 games last week. And when I say games, inter-squad games. But it was sort of dotted on Friday night where you had movie night, which at the DID, which is really cool. Yeah. And you guys, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was Sandlot that you had. But it was a great meet and greet with people. Talk about how that went.
Yeah, so Saturday night after our game, we had a company come in and we put a big screen out in center field and watched the Sandlot. The coaches committee provided free hot dogs for everybody that came, and it was a cool event. We had a bunch of posters out there. Guys were signing posters, and the little kids, they were playing football with our players, and it was a lot of fun. It was fun to see the community come out and support us, and it was fun to see our guys interact with the people from the community.
This is a situation, when I mentioned those 3 games, it's in a squad, and you're going to do that again this week, and I'll ask Bobby to join the conversation. This is not your World Series. Your World Series comes a little bit later. We'll talk about that in the draft that goes along with it. But, Bobby, I think you guys did this last year where you thought it would be so great to have the Colonels come into the Houma area. And they did. They came down to Southland Field here in Houma, had a terrific night that night. I went, and there was as many people there as I've seen in a long time over at Southland Field. So you're doing it again, right?
Yeah, Stan said, Coach came to me, and he asked me about doing it again, and I said, heck yeah, well, let's do it. We thought about it. We did it actually years ago when Coach Thibodeau was at Nicholls. We had 2 games there. We had Southern and Loyola. We played, and we had great crowds. I said, well, let's try to get it done again. So Coach came over last year in a squad game, and we had a pretty good crowd, a nice crowd last year. So looking forward to another big one this year, and we'll have concessions out there for everybody. It's free admission. Doesn't cost anything to come. So all the travel ball players, TPR players, baseball players, the high school kids, just come on out and you get to see a college baseball team in action.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I think our producer, Jay, actually has that graphic that not only shows that, but it kind of shows a little bit more related to your schedule. The Bandits on the run. You guys are getting out there, and Southland Field is going to be this Thursday. On Friday, you're actually going to play at Thibodeau High. And then we found out that on Saturday it was to be announced, but we know what it is now. It's going to be at Berwick, which I think is awesome over at Berwick High School. Are all of those 6 o'clock start times?
All 6 o'clock start times, and just excited to hopefully show all 3 parishes what we have, and we've got players on our team from every parish. So good chance for you to come out and see your hometown boys compete.
I like the idea that a lot of kids on the high school level, but even on, you mentioned travel ball, Bobby, and some of them that are playing TPR, have the opportunity to see these kids. Sometimes they just don't know and they just don't realize. And I saw a lot of wide eyes there last year when you guys were carrying on with the with your inter-squad game, where a lot of the kids were really glued to what was going on. And I think it sheds a little light that maybe they can achieve to some of those levels, right? And you mentioned some of those kids play at the high schools nearby, so it gives them a little bit of flash in front of their hometown, right?
Yeah, absolutely. 3 kids from Houma. They've all been doing a great job, and so you get a chance to come out and support them. It'll be real fun.
Bobby, I'm going to give you the opportunity to specifically talk about Southland Field. Again, that's going to be this Thursday, and I think we have a graphic that singles out that particular game this Thursday.
Yeah, we'll start at 6. Coach and them will be out there around 5 o'clock, get some infield, outfield. So if you want to get there a little early, see a college team up close, take infield, outfield, or in and out, as I should say. You'll be able to do that up close. And the seating at Southland, naturally, nobody sits far away, so you're right on top of the field.
You made the comment you were asking for a roster, so if y'all could get it announced and everything, so everybody will know those kids who are playing, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to find somebody to go ahead and announce, just who's batting, who's on deck, so people get to recognize the names, especially the local guys. They'll get to see who's on the team, and like Coach said, we got 3 guys from Houma on the team, and we'll make sure everybody knows who they are.
The other thing you're doing, which is very smart, even if they didn't like traveling down to Houma, they're going to get food for it, right?
Yes, I'll tell you what, I'm glad you mentioned that because that was next on my list. I want to thank Terrebonne General Health Systems for providing that. We're going to have a jambalaya for the players and coaches after the game to feed them because I know they're going to miss a meal sort of because you're coming out early. So we want to go ahead and take care of the team, make sure they get fed before they leave.
Very good. Again, that is this Thursday night, October 9th. 6 o'clock is the official start time. You get there at 5, you'll see the teams take in and out, maybe a little BP. Well, they'll probably do that over at Nicholls, free of charge. That might be the most important thing. Just come out and watch some good baseball. Thank you guys for coming and sit with us. Talk to us a little bit about this. We hope it all goes well.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Dan.
Very good. We do have to take a break. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Stay tuned for more Bayou Time Sports brought to you by Terrebonne General Health Systems and Barca Honda.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bayou Time Sports. It is my pleasure to have here with me the head coach of Nicholls State Baseball, Brent Herring, along with Mr. Big Bobby Arsenault. A terrific event happening with Nicholls Baseball on Thursday night. That's going to be at Southland Field. It's an inter squad between Coach Herring's team. How y'all going to split this up, out of curiosity?
Yeah, it's been a fun fall. We've got a bunch of guys, so we have 3 teams. So we'll have one team that'll play the whole game, and then the other 2 teams will kind of split it up. So you'll get to see every single position player, and then the pitchers are just on their weekly schedules. But yeah, it should be fun. It's be a good time.
Bobby, a long-time Nicholls supporter, obviously, long time dealing with recreation. How important, is it to have this happen in our area?
Very important because, we always for years talking about closing that gap between Houma and Thibodaux to get Nicholls involved in our area, and this is a great way to do it, where you can see a college baseball game, Nicholls State, in our backyard, and I'm hoping this generates more fans to Thibodaux from Houma, so they get to see it, an inter-squad game, and then when they're playing a conference opponent or a Tulane or whoever, they all go to Thibodaux to watch and support the Nicholls baseball program. It's just good baseball, and we need to expose our kids to this, the way they see this, right up firsthand.
Agree 100%. The fall schedule for the Colonels, obviously we're going to look at those things that are coming forward related to the Colonels. You did play inter squads last week. You have, again, this one we're talking about at Southland Field on Thursday. On Friday, you'll be at Thibodaux High School. 6 o'clock start times, by the way, folks. Saturday at Berwick High School, which I think is awesome to be there in St. Mary Parish. But I want to extend just a little bit. You are playing in the fall. You're going to play Xavier University, if I'm not mistaken. How does that count against your schedule, or does it even count against your schedule?
It doesn't count against our schedule. The NCAA gives us 2 outside competition dates in the fall that don't count against us. And so we're playing Xavier, and it's going to be a good deal. We're playing them in New Orleans. We'll probably use that as an opportunity to get some of our younger guys a bunch of at-bats. We'll probably play a 14-inning game, and so we'll take some of our younger guys down there and some of the guys that need to kind of get a little bit of experience in a college baseball game other than ourselves. And so it should be a fun time and good chance for us to see some of those young guys.
On the 25th of October, now this is sort of in conjunction with the McNeese game, football game against the Colonels. You're going to be celebrating one of the Colonels from way back when, actually a friend of Bobby and I's. You played with him, man, back then, James Bergeron. Terrific guy. As a matter of fact, the whole Bergeron family could be in that Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. Who was on those terrific teams at Nicholls State in the early days. That 1970 team was a national contender for sure, but they were good all 3 years when James was there. He's going to be inducted in the morning, but right after, and I'm trying to clarify, are y'all going to use the facility at Talbot Hall and have your draft right there after the induction of all of these guys?
Yeah, we're going to have our player draft. It'll be a pretty cool event. Number one, get all of our players there to see a former Nicholls State superstar.
Again, to aspire to do something like that, right?
100%. And, that team, like you said, they played in the national championship game. So, and him being a very important piece of that. So it'll give our guys a chance to support him. And then after.
Bobby, he just called James a superstar. We're going to hear the end of it now. But to clarify, the red and white, that's when you're getting ready for your World Series. That's big. These kids, that's when the competitive juices come out, right?
Yeah, it'll be fun. We do an actual player draft. They'll be dressed to the nines in shirts and ties, and I think a mandatory. They got to bring a date, so it should be a fun thing. We'll draft the teams, and then we'll play our 3-game series. And the winners get to eat steaks. The losers have to eat hot dogs. But it's always a fun event, and it'll be for sure. There'll be some emotion in it.
So you've been here for a little over a year now. Has it been what you thought it would be?
It's been better. We love it. My family loves South Louisiana. Our boys are active playing for the Cajuns right now, and so that's been a lot of fun to be a part of that. And it's been just a total blessing for our family. We love this community, and couldn't be happier to be here.
Very good. Bobby, one more time. Let's promote it, what you have going on at Southland.
Thursday night, 6 o'clock, Nicholls inter-squad game, free admission. If you want to see a college ball club up close, and please come, especially for the young kids. I want them to see this, really up close. And I got to give a plug for my boy James Bergeron before I get off, though. Him and I went to school together, graduated together from Terrebonne, good friend, and I'm really proud of him. He well deserved. James was a great baseball player.
And loves Nicholls State University. Yes. Has a passion for Nicholls. You can't go watch a game and sit next to him. If a catcher gets on his hind butt, he is yelling at the catcher, man. He's a good guy. I think that's good. And I enjoy the fact that y'all are sort of celebrating him, but the fact that a baseball player is getting into that Hall of Fame. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
it really is. He's one of the first people that reached out to me when I got hired, and he's been great. And so we're really thrilled for him.
Support Nicholls baseball, folks. I know it's the fall, but man, spring's going to be here right around. Don't blink. We're going to be playing baseball at the Dead pretty soon, and we hope we can get you back on when that time comes.
100% would love to.
Perfect. Thank you for everything, Bobby.
Oh, thank y'all.
Again, Coach Brent Herring of the Nicholls State Colonels. This Thursday over at Southland Field, 6 o'clock. Be there. Got to take a break. We'll be back right after this timeout.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.